The night was thick with tension in Port Charles. A storm rumbled in the distance, lightning flashing across the Quartermaine skyline, as Anna Devane paced outside Liz's house. Inside, Liz paced too, wringing her hands, glancing at the empty chair at her kitchen table where Willow should have been. But Willow was gone, and Liz had a horror in her heart. What if the worst had happened? Earlier, Drew Cain had been shot, twice, in a brazen attack that stunned everyone in town. The bullets were traced back to a gun registered to the late Edward Quartermaine. That single fact sent shockwaves through every corner of Port Charles. Who had motive, access, and the ruthlessness to pull that trigger? The warrant at Liz's door. Detective Dante Falconeri knocked twice. Anna's voice followed. Liz, I have a warrant to search the premises. Liz's heart pounded as she let the officers in. The living room, usually safe and warm, now felt like a trap. Portia's eyes wide, stood at the foot of the stairs. Dante's flashlight beam cut across the floor. Then, click, Dante called out, found a gun. Wrapped in white cloth, the weapon lay before Liz and Portia. Anna's eyes flickered with disbelief. Elizabeth, we would like you to accompany us down to the station, she said, voice steady but heavy. Liz's knees trembled. She looked at the gun, then at the walls she had painted, the family photos she had hung. How could this nightmare be unfolding in her home? It was classic GH storytelling. The person closest to the fire gets the blaze cast upon them. Willow. Motive, means, and the frame. Viewers have long suspected Willow Tait. She's lived at Liz's house for some time, giving her steady access. And her motive is devastatingly clear. Drew not only upended her heart, but fractured her custody of her beloved children, Wiley and Amelia. He betrayed her trust by carrying on an affair with Willow's mother, Nina. He welded himself into the family she most desperately wanted to belong to. Willow's grief and rage have become a tempest. But would she commit murder? And if she did, is Liz merely collateral damage, or worse, an unwitting pawn? Michael Corinthos's sudden reversal is eerie. He's offering Willow visitation with their kids, something he'd refused for so long. What's changed? Could this be a distraction, a setup? Perhaps Michael is manipulating things behind the scenes, planting the gun, directing suspicion onto Willow, and keeping eyes off himself. In one disturbing possibility, Anna's discovery of the gun at Liz's could be literal evidence of a frame job. Willow's access, Michael's sudden kindness, and the weapon's location converge too neatly. Is Michael being calculating, or is someone else pulling the strings? Other suspects in the shadows. Soap operas thrive on layers, and GH is no exception. Let's not rule out the others. Nina Reeves, Willow's mother, embattled and vindictive. Her rivalry with her daughter is bitter, but she also had the motive to protect her. Could she have orchestrated something, manipulated Willow, or even acted herself? Portia, she has a fraught history with Drew. He bullied her, threatened her career, and leveraged her secrets. She's not out of the picture. Alexis Davis, ever legalistic and embittered, she's lost ground in the fight for custody and influence. Perhaps she snapped, or had reason to exact revenge, though pulling off a murder is far above her usual tactics. Michael, the most dangerous suspect of all. He has many motives: protecting his kids, removing a threat, controlling the narrative. He's walked near the edge before. Could he have triggered this chain himself? The discovery and aftermath. As Liz is escorted to the station, her cheeks burning with humiliation, the camera lingers on the gun and evidence, wrapped in cloth, cleaned but stained, familiar to eyes that know Edward's collection. In the interrogation room, Anna stares at Elizabeth, waiting for answers that may never come. Liz's silence shouts volumes. Meanwhile, Dante hustles forensic technicians, ballistics reports, and timeline analysts to nail down the truth. Every piece of footage, every fingerprint, every security camera angle becomes a puzzle piece. And somewhere in the shadows, Michael watches, perhaps manipulating, perhaps genuinely oblivious. A twist. The real shooters reveal. Because in soap logic, death isn't always what it seems. This may be the moment when the real shooter is revealed, not Willow, not Nina, and not Michael. A curveball. One of the least suspected characters, with access and hidden motives, might be the real trigger. Someone who benefited the most from Drew's downfall and from Willow's scapegoating. Picture this. In the final act, the evidence that links Willow crumbles. The gun ballistics report reveals a mismatched rifling pattern. A security camera angle, previously overlooked, captures a shadowed figure, not Willow, slipping out of Drew's house just moments before the shots rang out. Then the fog lifts, and the screen reveals it, The real shooter. The room gasps. The audience clutches their remotes. In that moment, GH redefines what it means to set someone up. Willow is exonerated. Liz's nightmare returns to her, but now she's more determined than ever to protect her friend and restore justice. Aftershock, fallout and new alliances. After the reveal, Port Charles won't be the same. Trust splinters. Willow's reputation is shattered and then redeemed. Michael is exposed, or revealed innocent if the twist goes another way. Liz emerges as a hero, bruised but unbowed. The house she feared becomes the place where the truth was buried and then resurrected. In the aftermath, alliances shift. Nina may turn on those she once protected. Portia might leverage her own secrets. And Alexis, forced to play cleanup, may realize how far the broken hearts of this town can push people into violence. Above all, GH proves once again that in Port Charles, every gun planted, every lie told, and every betrayal buried carries the possibility of explosive revelation. So there you have it. A dramatic, suspenseful imagining of Gun at Liz's Place reveals shocking Drew shooter, in General Hospital style. Would you like me to turn this into a script scene or expand any subplot further?